So as the world continues to mourn the loss of those who were killed in the weekend's terror attacks, here's a reminder of how the events unfolded on Friday night. And please be aware that some scenes are about to be shown will be distressing.
It all started at 9:20 p.m. at a football match at Stade de France, where, unbeknown to the chanting crowds, a suicide bomber detonated a device at one of the entrance gates. Two more similar explosions happened at the venue later in the evening. Meanwhile, a series of coordinated attacks were unfolding in central Paris. In the space of 15 minutes, 39 people were killed as terrorists armed with assault rifles targeted popular nightlife spots. The deadliest attack of the night came at the Bataclan Theatre, where rock band Eagle of Death Metal were playing. 89 people died as terrorists stormed the building and opened fire at concertgoers. It's the worst attack France has seen since World War II, with 132 people killed so far and over 350 people injured. Well, we can now go to Susanna Reid, who is live from Paris at the Place de la République. Good morning, Susanna. So I would have thought that a very subdued atmosphere there today, first Monday back after such a horrific weekend.
It is, Philip, and people are trying to get used to a new normal. I mean, there is a sense of sort of calm and stillness here at the Place de la République, but there's also a jitteriness and a nervousness, and any loud noise takes on a new significance. Now, Place de la République, it is just moments away from the location of some of those heartbreaking attacks on Friday night. It has become a memorial to France's strength and courage. It's draped with banners proclaiming that Paris will not be afraid and will be steadfast. It's festooned with flags from around the world. We knew that many of those killed in the attacks on Friday night came from other countries. Candles and flowers and messages of love and compassion still being brought here this morning by Parisians and visitors who want to pay their respects, want to take a moment out of their day to come and find strength and comfort in numbers. Now, of course, the official advice is not to gather in large numbers, but you can see behind me that people are disregarding that. Many of them hugging, there have been tears, but they do find that just coming together is giving them a sense of courage and community in the wake of the horror that happened on Friday night. And across the steps, those candles, those messages, those tributes are for the victims, for their families, for survivors. And I think that all of Paris, it's a very small city, it has a small population. I think everybody here in Paris who perhaps wasn't caught up in it feels that they have been touched by it and feels that they have survived it. Paris is about to come to a halt for a minute's silence, and that's going to be marked and shared around the world. It is a city that is genuinely struggling with its emotions. Yes, there is courage on public display, but I have to say there is also fear here, genuine fear. News of those raids from Calais in the north of the country down to Toulouse in the south of the country. There have been new arrests we've heard about this morning. We know there's an international manhunt underway, the discovery of frightening new weapons, and a warning from the French Prime Minister today that terrorists could be planning to strike again within weeks or even possibly days. Some are feeling genuinely fearful. One mum told me this morning she no longer feels safe, either for herself, for her husband, or for her children. She has two of them. Last night, her husband, who used to work at the Bataclan concert hall, which of course is where the worst of the attacks took place on Friday night, well, he knows a number of the people who were caught up in those attacks, but he wanted to take their 4-year-old son there to demonstrate to him that the terrorists would not win. But the stillness at the vigil last night and at other vigils in Paris was suddenly broken by panic and by a rush of people who had been spooked by what we think now were rumours of gunfire. That's how on edge this city is. Our very own Tom Bradby from News at 10 filming at the time, and the pictures that he filmed show the panic that such rumours cause. One reporter told me this morning, if he had made a sudden move, if someone suddenly runs, that's enough for a city on edge, for people to feel afraid and for perhaps for panic to ensue. So this mum of the 4-year-old who was taken by his dad to the Bataclan to show terrorists will not defeat us, she said her husband rang her in the middle of that panic and said, please don't turn on the television. Don't turn on the television. And what did she do? Of course, she turned it on and was frightened. Parisians can't help but be glued to developments, and they are trying to adjust to this new way of life.